Welcome to this tutorial that explains how to analyze an accounts receivable aging schedule using Excel. We are going to use an aging schedule for a fictitious company named the Forest Mill Corporation. When working through this project in Excel, it is critical that you use the exact cell addresses for the formulas as illustrated in this tutorial. The numbers in this tutorial may be different than yours, but the worksheet steps and formulas will be the same. Before you start the project, be sure to update your version of Microsoft 365. For the project, Microsoft 365 Excel is required. For update instructions, search on the web for Excel 365 Update Windows or Excel 365 Update Mac. It's pretty quick to update, so take the time now to update. You need to use the Excel app installed on your computer for this project. Excel Online will not work for this project, nor will the Excel app on a phone, tablet, or other mobile device. For this project, Excel for Windows is quite similar to Excel for Mac. If there's a major difference between the two versions, I will note it. I am using a Windows computer in this tutorial, but know that the Mac version is substantially the same. The screen might look a little different, but everything is essentially the same. Let's start this project by opening the Excel data file. You should be in Microsoft 365 Excel. Now put your name and email address in the Excel file. Type your first name in cell B1. Type your last name in cell B2. Type your official school email address in cell B3. Again, be careful to use the exact cell addresses that I use in this tutorial and use your official school email address. Now we are going to use the AutoSum function to quickly add all of the rows and columns in our table. Select cells B10 through F17, which includes a blank row and a blank column where we want the totals to be. With those cells selected, on the Home tab, click AutoSum. Now we are going to add the estimated uncollectible percentages to the aging schedule. Those percentages are located in a different worksheet, but we want to use them here. Click in cell B18 and type equals. Navigate to the percents worksheet and click in cell B2 for the under 30 days estimated uncollectible percentage. Hit enter. The uncollectible account percentage for under 30 days will now be entered in cell B18. Retrieve the uncollectible account percentages for the remaining days past due categories in cells C18, D18, and E18 from the percents worksheet, exactly like we did for cell B18 on the previous slide. Click in cell F18 and hit delete to remove the sum that is in that cell. We do not want to leave that sum there because it has no meaning and will only confuse users. Now let's use those estimated uncollectible amount percentages to estimate the amount of uncollectible accounts receivable for each of those time categories. To calculate the estimate of uncollectible accounts, click in cell B19 and type equals. Then click in cell B17, next type asterisk, and finally click in cell B18 and hit enter. To copy the formula from cell B19 to cells C19, D19, and E19, click in cell B19. Then click on the small box in the lower right corner of the cell and drag it across to cell E19. Again, you want to drag that formula using the fill handle in the lower right corner of cell B19 to cells C19 through E19. To sum cells B19 through E19, click in cell F19, type equals, sum, left parenthesis, click in cell B19 and drag to cell E19. Then close the parentheses by typing in a right parenthesis and hit enter. In this step, we will be showing the current balance of the allowance for uncollectible accounts from the balances worksheet. Remember that we have to use a cell reference. Click in cell F20 and type equals. Navigate to the balances worksheet and click in cell C3, then hit enter. Now we are going to calculate how much we need to adjust the allowance for uncollectible accounts by. Click in cell F21 and type the formula equal F19 minus F20, clicking on the cells instead of typing them in. Hit enter. Now we are going to do some formatting to make our schedule easier to read and to look more professional. Select cells B10 through F10. On the Home tab, click the accounting icon and then reduce the decimals icon to format the cells as accounting format with 0 decimals. Format cells F19 and F21 as accounting format with 0 decimals. Select cells B11 through F17. On the Home tab, click on the comma icon. Use the Reduce Decimals icon to set to 0 decimals. Format cells B19 through E19 and cell F20 as comma style with 0 decimals. Select cells B18 through E18 and format as percentage style with 1 decimal. Select cells B16 through F16. On the Home tab, click on the Borders icon. In the drop-down menu, click on the bottom border. Using that same process we just used in the prior slide, add bottom borders to cells B18 through E18. Click in cell F21. Click on the border icon. In the drop-down menu, click on Top and Double Bottom Border. Now you need to save your Excel file. Click on the File tab. Click Save As. Save your Excel file as last name, first name, edgy.xlsx. Be sure to make note of where your file is saved. You will need to submit it according to separate instructions. That's it. You are done with the Excel portion of this assignment. Follow the rest of the instructions to submit the file for credit. Have a great day. This video was created by Dr. Wendy Tietz.